Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Culprit and I like to homebrew. So today I'm showing you guys this deck that I made the other day. It's black, blue, green, basically inspired by Underrealm Lich. I love the art of this card. I like what it does. It's pretty versatile. You can pay 4 life to make it indestructible. But it's kind of the I don't know, I'm thinking Dredge, but it's the Golgari version of card draw and scrying and those kinds of things. So if you would draw a card, instead you look at the top 3 cards and you pick one, you put the rest into your graveyard. And then there's a number of cards in this deck that interact with the graveyard, so you get additional value. We have a copy of Izoni Thousand-Eyed. When she enters the battlefield, you create a 1/1 insect token for each creature card in your graveyard. And you can sacrifice another creature to gain a life and draw a card with her. Golgari Findbroker, when it enters the battlefield, you can bring a permanent from your graveyard to your hand. It's any permanent, which is really good. 2 copies of Gravedigger. 4 Frilled Mystics. So this is a counter spell, but it's also a creature that we can happily block with and send to the graveyard. We can return it to our hand with Golgari Findbroker and Gravedigger because it is a creature, so it's a permanent and also specifically a creature. 1 copy of Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, and 1 of Mu Yanling's Skydancer. I think that's just flavor. There's not that much synergy there, but since we're playing blue, I really like those 2 cards. What else is of note? Probably the Glowspore Shaman is on theme here. But you'll see the rest as we go. Here's one, Aid the Fallen. If we have one of our planeswalkers, if they're put into the graveyard through some of our mill features and things like that, we can bring it back to our hand with this card. So even just having 1 copy of each means we likely can still dig for it and get one. And then there's Midnight Clock. It seems like this is kind of against the synergy of filling our graveyard, but if we go late game, we don't want to mill ourselves unless we have Jace in play, which we might, and it's viable to mill ourselves. But if not, this kind of resets our deck and shuffles everything back into our library. It gives us 7 cards if we get there. It hasn't really proven that useful yet, but I look forward to it kind of popping off. So anyway, the best way to get an idea of the deck is just to jump right in. Oh yeah, and it's a new season today, so we're starting off in bronze. I like this opener. This is a great turn 2 play because it's a chance at ramp. So I'm gonna go for it. It also might put a creature card in the graveyard that will trigger with Izoni. So let's put that on the bottom. Ooh. I guess what that does is it puts the land card on top of the library. We do want a blue source, so we'll draw that next. Height of the Ebon Legion is honestly so good. I feel like I say that every game. But they missed a land drop already. They kept a 1 lander, which is good for us. I'm not sure we want to necessarily draw into another land again. We've already got 5. Okay, interesting. It's really important, I think, that we capitalize on the fact that our opponent only has 1 land. Here's another creature that comes in, draws a card. If it can be sacrificed to things. If it dies, it can be brought back from the graveyard and played again to draw more cards. So we get Yeah, we get a decent amount of card draw with this. That honestly might be the one I dig for with my Gravedigger here. Oh, actually, we've got this guy. Let's get the Underrealm Lich going. Quite a bit more powerful than the Cloudkin Seer. And you can see we have 4 creature cards in our graveyard already. It's pretty good. I'll definitely chump my Gravedigger. Well, actually he beats Knight of the Elven Legion in a fight, so that's pretty good. Let's go with the Underrealm Lich. Paying 4 life to make it indestructible, pretty nice. I'm not gonna attack in here. I think our opponent is more, is kind of more vampires or knights, which is kind of a lot of smaller creatures. So if we, most of our stuff should be able to beat their creatures in a fight, is what I'm trying to say. So if I start attacking in and tap my creatures, those weak guys can potentially make it through and deal damage. We don't have life gain in this deck, so. Sure. I kind of want to keep a counter spell up for this next turn. A 3 or 4 drops probably coming down that will. Ooh, I could have played my Paradise Druid and left that open. That was a mistake. So I am going to counter a second one of these Midnight Reapers just because that would mean a lot of card draw for our opponent. Yeah, okay. Not sure why he's coming in with the Knight of the Ebon Legion. Maybe he's just looking to draw 3 more cards. But I'll gladly block and... Oh, shit. They all have Death Touch. Anyway, that puts more creatures in our graveyard to improve the strength of Izoni, Thousand-Eyed, so... We are getting value still from that. Death Touch is a real interesting element here. Ooh, I don't think they have many non-creatures. That being said, it's probably more useful than... I guess Paradise Druid's a chumper, but let's just have that in our pocket in case they come up with something like that. I'm going to play her now. For big value. There we go. And we'll attack. Okay, I mean they've got a full mitt, but Izoni does have this nice feature. Oh, there's the target for Negate, and us missing that Paradise Druid play from that turn past is now coming to bite us in the ass. That's truly unfortunate. I do like that they get pinged for damage on those deaths. We are getting to basically cast Anticipate at the beginning of every turn, which is pretty sweet. So yeah, you can tell our graveyard's already at 16 cards. I do like having this ready to shuffle everything back into our library if we need it. I'm countering this. I mean, there's probably another murder in that deck. Underrealm Lich I can make indestructible, but that counters the spell and means he can't cast the creature. So countering those adventures is basically like a 2-for-1. I mean, now he draws a card, loses a life, but doesn't get to play anything, and we might win here. I think we do come in for 7. It's not a legendary creature, so I'm going to take another one of these guys. I think we win with this attack, though. Yeah, there you have it. Game 1, win 1. You. So that went about as planned. We did mess up with that, missing that Paradise Druid, but we were able to pull it out regardless. So see how this next one goes. Alright, we've got all 3 colors available. This is quite a fantastic opener. Playing 3 colors, we'll see how much of an issue that is, but like right now we need either one more blue or one more green source to have everything online. But you can't, I mean, you're never going to have, or you're rarely going to have all 4 of what you need right off the bat. This seems to be like the feather redeemed deck. Probably a Dreadhorde Arcanist in the mix somewhere. This doesn't have first strike, but there's probably a spell in hand. I'm not going to sacrifice my Paradise Druid here. Playing that land was a mistake. Playing this turns on Frilled Mystic. Had to take the 2 damage there, but now we've got a counterspell up. And then we have Underrealm Lich the following turn, so this is pretty good. Then, as what you can probably see shaping up, is that Underrealm Lich is going to start funneling cards into our graveyard. Once there's a good chunk in there, we see a good target, we can play Golgari Findbroker and go and pull that card from our graveyard and put it into our hand. Double Strike, Vigilance, Trample. I feel like I'd be countering this. Nah, it's probably good for them to have. Whatever, I'm doing it. What's guiding my decision there is to try and stay ahead of the tempo a little bit. There's only 3 other cards in hand. Oh, that's fine. It is fine. We don't need that creature to live. But we are going to play Underrealm Lich now. Good luck with that, Elgoey. There's definitely something coming here to target his creature. Alright. I'm going to pay 4 life to go indestructible. So he basically gets 4 damage out of that. Interesting set of options there. So Negate is still online. And we get a creature and a planeswalker. Anyway, our graveyard doesn't have much yet. It feels like we're in control right now. Yeah, Cloudkin Seer feels great actually. Oh yeah, let's go Jace. I can go grab one of those Underrealm Liches with the Golgari Findbroker. But let's keep Negate online. If he wants to block, power to him, unless he has a spell. Then we're drawing the card out at least. Alright. Oh, on the cast it buffs his creature. So countering it doesn't actually do anything. Although they're going to get to scry from Salmon Spring. That's alright. Oh. Oh. They scry on the target as well. That's pretty good. Alright, he knew it. That was quick work. We can get out ahead of these, like... It'll be interesting to see how we do against mono red, and inevitable that we do play it eventually. But what am I trying to say? Yeah, there was like 2 2s and 3 2s, but Underrealm Lich stands up against anything except like Exile, and as long as we have the life to spend. And then there's a couple copies of Negate to deal with some trickery. Oh, okay. This is an interesting decision. We already have 3 mana, but we're not doing anything until late. I'm going to keep it as just to see how this sort of hand plays out. But I have a bad feeling about it. At least we're not coming in against mono red. Sure, I'm not going to negate that. Interesting choice. That's like, I'm like totally fine with that. Oh, interesting. Petitioners, eh? Honestly, mill against Golgari is not advised. I don't know where you got your training, Yogo, but the more cards you put in my graveyard, the better off I am. And we have Midnight Clock already. This card, I think we're set up so perfectly to win this matchup. Like, I'll be astounded if we don't win this. If he gets 4 of those, oof. We have to get Midnight Clock down pretty quick here, I think. Yeah. Feels necessary. How many? 12? The 12th hour. Okay. He does have non-land permanent. Like he can target Midnight Clock with that. He probably has 4 of those. I don't see why they wouldn't. Huh. I'm honestly keeping Negate up just to protect my Midnight Clock, because I am worried about... Well, if it goes back to my hand, we're not that far gone. Maybe I do want one good creature in play first. Maybe I'll get my Underrealm Lich in there. Oh, Negate's still online. Alright. You can see all of this mill is feeding my Izoni drop and giving me Gravedigger targets. Like I can now just go grab myself a counterspell in Frilled Mystic, to be specific. That has Jumpstart too? Yeah, we're nearing the 4 petitioners here. Now we keep counter magic up for sure. That's a good counter to Underrealm Lich. Yeah, I just want to have all the counter magic online right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Green, green, blue, blue. Yeah. We're gonna burn him down with these Cloudkin Seers. That's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna do everything we can to avoid a 4th persistent petitioner. Izoni comes down for 7 now. Really? Yes. That I will allow. Don't know why that didn't get played on Underrealm Lich. I kind of wanted that. Okay. Counter magic feels good right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I guess they're not really attacking into me. Maybe I should be attacking with Underrealm Lich. Because I can afford to pay life to keep it alive. Izoni's at 11. Ideally we get her down right before midnight clock pops off. This is going to be countered. Yeah, there we go. We match up so well against that deck. That was an interesting spin on the petitioners though. Like, if I wasn't playing the deck I was, I feel like there's some viability to what they had going there. So far there's nothing in this deck that... What am I trying to say? There's no tweaks that I feel like making it at this point. We are in silver now. Whole new tier of talent. This is great. I only play one copy of this guy because that's all I have, but I think he's pretty good in this deck as our 1-drop. 1/2 actually beats the Scrim Initiate, which is sweet. And as you are probably aware by now, we definitely get lands in our graveyard. Okay, mono red. This is the test we've been waiting for, or at least I've been waiting for. No attacks. I'm going to be ready to block your Scorch Spitter. Dang. I'm doing it. Scorch Spitter is so good in those decks. Oh, I don't know if that's what we want. We do want to counter Cavalcade. Maybe that's what we're doing. Maybe we're just straight up countering Cavalcade. Do I even want another land? No, I think I need utility. Yes. Alright. Almost like we know what we're doing here. Almost like I knew what to expect. Ah, damn. First strike's actually so good. Feed the Fallen. Is there a creature that I want? Yeah, kind of want that. 3/4 stands up quite well against what's going on here. I'm gonna get in for this one. I don't know if that was worth it. feels like we're on our back foot. I think I need to just get another blocker in there. Paying 2 life for it definitely hurts. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough to get out of. Oh man. So good. Tobrin, you're so good. Oh yeah, and that's exiling all our stuff too. Wow. Think we're done? Yes, that's game. Alright. There's the mono red. Trying to think if that was the... Well, we can be damn sure we're going to see that deck a lot as we climb the ladder, so... Trying to think... The 1 toughness here sucked in that matchup. And then maybe it was just like we really just drew... We drew all of this and won Izoni. Let's play another. I think that was a little bit based on what we drew. And let's not forget, Magic is a game of chance. An element of the game of Magic is chance. So there's always a chance you get screwed. This is pretty nice. I'm gonna go for an island with my Fabled Passage and feel pretty good about myself. Okay, here we go again. Let's get that blue source. Come on, Cypher, don't be so hasty. Why you gotta be so hasty? We're looking for another green source. Okay. All you gotta do is ask. And it will appear. Oh no! We don't have spot removal in this deck. Like, I don't have a way to go out and remove our opponent's creatures with all too much success. But I'm happy to chump here because it just turns into a insect later. Damn. When that cavalcade comes down, we're basically certainly dead. And like, I'm not even sure I can just sit back on this counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No brainer on that. Okay, 2 toughness. Feels good. This ought to be interesting. That was stupid. That was stupid. Hang 2 life there. I think I thought I could have played Gravedigger and had Negate up. Obviously miscounted. Okay, let's do one more game for good measure. Hopefully end it on a high note, end it in silver. I'll be playing a few more games probably before the next recording. Most seasons I typically peak out in gold, but we'll see. Maybe we can make it to platinum. As you know, I basically just homebrew my way the whole way, so we get sticky points when we're not on the most effective decks. But it's all right. How else do you discover the gems is the real question. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ensuring the 5th land is probably not bad, although I'm sure we would get another one in the process, but that way we know most of our stuff is online. Oh. Intriguing. Abilities don't trigger. Oh my god. Screw this card. No spot removal to kill it either. That is potentially going to cause us problems. I want that Hushbringer to die so bad, but I don't know how to make that happen. Oh. Okay. Thank God I can undo that. Is it gonna be just like a race, like a HP race? Conclave truck. That only affects creatures, of course. They wouldn't be negating their own shit. I think I know what's coming! So far I really like the vibe of this deck. Boros control-ish might be something I try and brew up next here, actually. This Hushbringer card is sweet. I'm probably going to try to get my hand on a couple of those. Wow. This is a match made in heaven here. I think that's game. May as well play it out since, oh no, hold on, I have 2 creatures coming down. Just gonna play it out since it's the last game, but, and this, oh, he doesn't have first strike. Oh, he can pay 2 to gain first strike. Let's say, Jolin misses that, and then my Paradise Druid kills his Shining Knight. Wouldn't that be sweet? Okay. Hit him with a little bit of unexpected. Even if he gives first... Oh! Yeah. If you didn't know that's how that worked, that's how that works. Alright, on that note, see you next time.